Let me see if my shit's saved. Classic.plus. Is that it? There we go. And then I'm logged in. Take surveys. Okay, I already took the first one, so then I'm on second. World. Dungeon survey. I actually did a little bit of this and then it crashed. 1 out of 23. Crazy how much there is. Pick the top 3 dungeons that you enjoy leveling in Classic WoW. What did I put again? I really like Dead Mines and Wailing Caverns. I like the first dungeons where you get blues, and I really like ZF. It's actually the first dungeon you can get an epic from. Actually, no, I think there's an epic you can get from Graveyard, or whatever, library. Top 3 dungeons you think need major revamping. Top 3? Graveyard? Can I do more than 3? Dude, I'm literally fucking gonna select all of them. I think every single dungeon needs... Maybe not major revamping. Temple, okay. Yeah, let's not major revamping. I would say Graveyard. I would say Sunken Temple. The Stockades, I think, needs some revamping. Those are the top 3, I'd say. At launch, given a finite amount of developer resources, should more effort be put into creating entirely new dungeons or improving old dungeons? New dungeons will be more fun to experience at launch. New dungeons can come whenever. I think new dungeons can come whenever. I think that's what I put last time. Because my thought process is Classic Plus is going to be really hype. It is. And something that you can kind of reignite the hype once it sort of dies off and tapers a little bit is release new dungeons at lower levels. People might level new characters, etc. So focus on fixing the current dungeons. Should more open world dungeons and quests be associated with be added? Think areas like Jadenar and Fellwood. I think I talked about that a lot. I kind of like open world dungeons are cool. Like, imagine if the elites in Red Ridge, you know, the orcs in that town, imagine that wasn't there. I've leveled a lot of characters, and I kind of get excited about it. And I think people take it for granted. Like, and I always try and two-man it with Viki. Like, we try and just do it just us. We always end up failing and, like, inviting some random people that are also there. Or we just leech off of them, and we take the tag, and they help us kill the last boss. It's great. I love that shit. Again, the world feels alive with things like that. How do you feel about rare spawns inside of dungeons? Yeah, fuck, I remember answering these. I'm gonna stealth and focus on this. What did I say again? Rare spawns inside of dungeons? I think they're annoying. I mean, truth be told, this is minimal. It really is. The only rare spawn that drops something that's really important is Jed. Right? Everything else is just like, ooh, that's kind of fun while leveling, but... And scouting is not fun. I gotta kill this rogue. Never mind. I don't feel like killing him. They're not rare if I can scout ahead of time. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know. I don't care about that. How do you feel about lockout caps? Do you really stop bots? So, you know, you can only do 5 dungeons per hour. I guess you kind of slow down being able to boost people in dungeons, like with mages. And I kind of, again, it's really I feel like I have to play optimal, right? And so when I'm leveling and I have gold or whatever, and I see mages doing boost and SM, and the XP is 10 times faster than just questing, I feel dumb questing. But I want to quest, but I can't because it feels stupid to do it. So if you can nerf that, that's huge for me. I would love it. So you have to kind of control what the meta is. Force people to do the fun things. Otherwise, they can't do the fun things because everyone plays optimally. It's 2026. So I would love them to lower the cap. You can only do 2 per hour. Am I crazy? Allow them 2 per hour. An extra one in case someone fucks something up. It just be 2. Doesn't really affect me. Man, they're just talking about whether or not you remove the cap. I want them to go harder on the cap. I don't see this. Log apps are critically important. 5 per hour. I mean, I guess 1 per hour. No, because someone's going to go in a dungeon and they're going to leave and something's going to bug out and you're going to all be there, but one person gets locked out of there 1 dungeon per hour, and now you guys have to get someone else or wait 50 minutes, whatever's left on the timer. So 2 is what it should be. Hardcore has 1 per day. Yeah, but you don't really like reset. It doesn't have those issues. Maybe they just make everything like that. You can only do 1 per day. In hardcore, the fact that I love it. 1 per day. I actually love that. But whatever. Just some people want to still do dungeons. Let them. But 2 per hour. It would make it to where boosting is not as optimal as questing. But you can do it if you're that fucking lazy. Sure, I guess. How do you feel about dungeons having a rotating or random boss spawn with specific loot? Like Ring of Law? I don't care. The only thing that really matters is Ring of Law in that. Is there anything else that's really that relevant? Ring of Law does suck. Again, in 2019 Classic, I helped probably 5 or 6 warriors get their SGC. Miserable experience. They only needed like 1 rejuve too, because we're all level 60 and we're shitting on this BRD level 50 dungeon. They just need me for 1 rejuve every 30 minutes. Why am I here? I don't think you added the overlay correctly. I did. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, I didn't check that box. Vulps, you're right. Got it. Should there be heroic dungeons in Classic Plus? I think this is where my shit cut off. Heroic dungeons in Classic Plus. I know, like, it sounds fun. Like, it sounds awesome. But we have to think about the gear. If you add heroic dungeons, the gear from heroic dungeons has to be better. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, because you have to think about how would that affect Molten Core gear? How would that affect this and there? Maybe add heroics, but the gear is a different color, and that's it. Because there's no transmog and you are what you wear, just change the color. And that's it. So like Bloodfang shoulders would be, I guess, blue. Something like that. Hard, no. Maybe heroics have better, like, I don't know, blue and epic drops, but the bosses drop the same things. Point is, do they even need it? Having different difficulties for dungeons raids is stupid. I mean, I agree. It adds like this. It's kind of nice that everything in Classic, yo, you did a full run of Nax. You know what it is. No further discussion. There's not Raid Finder, normal, heroic, mythic. But again, I care about longevity. I heavily care about longevity. I'm trying to think, would heroics add more longevity? I'm almost going to say no opinion, because I don't know what's best. I really don't know. I don't think I have a strong opinion there. I'm not going to give... I don't know. I can see the pros and I can see the cons, and I don't know what the right answer is. Will be fun for most everyone. Should there be Mythic Plus style dungeon ladders and progression? Yes. Should it be more than cosmetic? I like people being rewarded for being better. Guys, I care heavily about longevity, and you got to make things competitive. You just have to. Otherwise, the game is beaten in 2 weeks, especially with how easy I think Classic should be at the base level. But maybe just cosmetic? So it's either 2 or 3. How is that different from heroics? You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. It kind of is in the same category as heroics. But Mythic Plus is like an everlasting, constant increase in difficulty, which again, is important. Heroics are just a baseline. Hey, if you don't do heroics, you're fucking bad. That's how heroics are viewed. Mythic Plus is like, again, the challenge, competitive, different. My opinion, of course. Man, I want to hit yes, but I want them to be minor upgrades for fucking autistic min-maxers. Like maybe you do a Mythic Plus and let's say you do a Mythic Plus of Strath or a heroic version. Oh, but then you'd have to constantly make every single one better. Like if you do a +1, you have to get better gear in a +3 than a +1, and that's just ever never stopping increase in gear. Yeah, it should be cosmetic in that case for Mythic Plus. There's no way to do actual better gear without fucking up the entire game in some shape or form. Should certain bosses or areas be locked behind requiring a specific class or profession in your dungeon group? Yes, I said yes to this. I kind of like that. Like, only a druid can commune with an animal. Only rogues can lockpick this door. Only hunters can do, and a boss is locked behind there. And let's say that boss drops like mages bis items. Mages are going to want to find hunters to, I don't know, fucking shoot the target above the door to unlock it. Looking for hunter. And then hunters maybe will fucking charge these mages a fee. And then the mage is going to come back and then maybe mages have to open a portal to go to this boss, which is hunter bis. And maybe the hunter and mage are like, hey, you want to run this and then run this after we open each other's doors? I think that's cool as fuck. Like a trade. Sounds dumb. I think it's great. Take the survey yourself. Should player power chase items by extremely low drop rate items in dungeons, or should those only be cosmetics? I think I answered this question before too. I kind of like Fellstriker and Iron Foe being in the game. And SGC. Yeah, I think too. I think people take for granted farming SGC and how satisfying it is to get. Yeah. Should there be solo challenges? Delves, Mage Tower? Yes. Okay, I wouldn't word it, this content is bis. I wouldn't word it that way. But yes. Maybe not Delves. I've never done Delves. I have no idea. But Mage Tower and any type of solo content you can do that kind of shows that you know what you're doing and to feel superior in some shape or form, yeah. You need solo content is great. The game shouldn't be built around solo content, but it should have some. Delves are fine. I've never done them. So, should Dungeon Finder be implemented? Yes, but only as an in-game UI. Automatic forming, no, because like if I'm a rogue and I'm making a group for Deadmines, I don't want to invite any other rogues. If there's 3 rogues that are put in, I'm leaving the group and I'm re-queuing straight up. I'm not giving up Cruel Barb. You should not be able to fucking teleport in and out and queue from anywhere. God, no, obviously. But as an in-game UI to assist, I'm tired of whispering Control V, want to go to SM. Control V, want to tank SM. Control V, /who, 35 warrior is spamming it. Should summoning stones outside of dungeons be implemented? No. You should walk to the dungeon. Or have a warlock, which can happen. Lore survey. Oh, God. Oh. Do I give a fuck? I guess it matters to a lot of people, and having more people play the game is good. How would you rate the story as a whole in Vanilla WoW? Whereas I don't really know. 5. Maybe there's some fun quests, but eh. Do you feel Classic WoW does a good job explaining the story and its telling? I mean, I shouldn't fill this part of the survey out. I really am not. Do people really care? Some people do, man. They really fucking care, and they make the world populated. So you should care about what they care about. But I'm just not the one to know this stuff. What is the best major story told in Classic WoW? Can I skip this part? I'm not going to help anything here. I'm just going to take away. The Ani quest is fun. I've never read it. My opinion of the Ani quest line is it is a drag, and I hate having to get attuned. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm so excited to read. So, again, Mancrick, Scarab Lord. Scarab Lord's, to me, is just a farm, not a quest line. What is the worst story you're aware of told in Classic WoW? I don't fucking know. Should Caverns of Time be added as a tool for more dungeons, raids, lore? Yeah, I think so. It's time travel. I feel like it's going to open some really annoying doors that I'm going to hate. It's a really cool place, but we're talking about time travel here. Caverns of Time is sick. It's a really cool place, but do you want to open the door of time travel? Like, more? I guess it's already in TBC as Hyjal and whatnot. I don't know. Fuck it. I mean, what can it ruin the game? Just adding those dungeons? I mean, adding any dungeon can ruin the game, but just because it's in Caverns of Time, would it ruin the game? I don't think so. You don't care about the story. I don't, but I hate time travel. Like, WoD has just fucked that entirely. But you're right. It's kind of why I'm saying just add it. Should minor factions like reputations be expanded on? Check all you'd be interested. Expanded on. Defias Brotherhood, I think is cool. The Syndicate, sure. Cenarians are cool. Argent Dawn, for sure. There's too much going on with Argent Dawn to not expand. I don't know anything about Ravenhold. The Bloodsail Buccaneers, I don't know about. Hydraxian Warlords, that's just Molten Core rep. I don't know. Timbermaw, Furlbog Pouch. Darkmoon Fair, Zandalar Tribe. Brood of Naz Dormu. Centaurs, I think, are very classic-y. Scarlet Crusade? I didn't see it. Where is Scarlet Crusade? Hello? What? You're right. Ogre Clans, sure. Is it important to you if the story told in Classic Plus leads from phase to phase in a cohesive way? No, I don't really care about the story whatsoever, I'll be honest. Should each phase, or I'm glad they let me put this somewhere. Should each phase or cluster of phases conclude a storyline before picking up a new arc, or can stories run coherently or concurrently? I mean, no. I mean, I feel like you shouldn't go from new arc to new arc. No. Which of the following villains, major enemies in WoW, would you consider having a compelling story? Hogger? I feel like Hogger should have an actual story as like a leader or something of the fuckers. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be compelling though, because it's just like the leader of these fucking gnolls. Probably not that compelling. Arthas? I mean, the Lich King, we can't do anything with that. Not in Classic. Tichondrius, we could do something with Tichondrius, but he's already in TBC, kind of, right? Or no, that's the other fucker. What's his name? Or is that Wrath? That's Wrath the Lich King. Read the question. Which of the following villains / major enemies in WoW would you consider having... Oh, would you consider have a compelling story? Oh, choose up to 5. Okay. Okay, well, Arthas. Yeah, I read that so wrong. Cthulhu is interesting because it's like deep old god stuff, right? I like Kel'Thuzad. Sure. Illidan, of course. Duh. Obvious. I don't know the lore. Maybe Nefarian? Magtheridon? Kha'Zix? Maybe? I don't know the lore between Whitemane other than the cosplays. Kael'thas? Kael'thas is cool. Lady Vosh is cool. They're both kind of with Illidan, right? Fuck. I don't know. I mean, it's just like, this is just nostalgia Warcraft 3 bullshit to me. Whatever, good enough. Anything else you'd like to mention about the lore? I'm not a big lore person, but I'm sure a lot of people are. Who gives a fuck? Ignore me. Ignore me. I'm stupid. I'm not a robot. Next. Quests and leveling survey. All right. How do you feel about the leveling cadence of vanilla World of Warcraft? Average 120 to 160 hours to level cap. I think they should speed it up, but they should speed it up not by increasing XP gain, but simply by adding quests. Right? They're just adding more quests and like reducing downtime. There should never be points where a fucking speed leveling guide is like, hey, your best option right now is to actually farm these mobs for 3 levels. See you in 7 hours. Like, that should never be your best option, in my opinion. It can be an option. Sometimes you just want to turn your brain off and stop questing and just kill mobs over and over. Sure, it shouldn't be awful to do that, but there should be, hey, here's a place I can go quests. The other thing is the quest should never be like retail. Retail's, you get 5 quests from a town, you grab literally every quest in the town, and all 5 of those quests have you go to one area, and you do all 5 of those. You go back to the town. If you turn in 4 of them, you'll get no new quests. But if you turn in all 5, hey, here's 5 new quests for you to go to this next area. Same area all together. Shouldn't be like that. It should be, hey, here's fucking 12 quests. One's having you go to fucking Hammerfall in Africa. 3 of them are kind of near each other in the crossroads. Bang, bang. You like plan a route, right? And that's kind of fun to plan a route. What do I put here? Okay. It's just right. I'm just going to put it's just right. Speed-wise. I think this is actually just a question on should you amplify XP gains. No, you shouldn't amplify XP gains from quests and stuff. Just make more quests. Should Classic Plus have phased level caps that raise over time until we eventually hit 60? No. No. Like, for those who don't know, it's like, when Classic Plus releases, the highest level you can be is 20. And then the highest level you can be is 30. And then 40. No, just bring out 60. Rank these quest types in terms of how much you like them. 1 being your favorite, to 11 being your least favorite. Okay, so number 1 is your favorite. Got it. Fuck, this is gonna be hard. Kill a specific raid boss. Discover this location. I mean, kill number of enemies is my favorite. In Classic, because killing mobs is actually, like, takes a second. Kill number of enemies, I think, is number 1. Loot items from enemies. Fetch this item. Escort this NPC. Carry this thing from one NPC to another. Kill a specific raid boss. I actually really like this. Whoa. Let's put this here. Discover this location. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah, maybe here. Fetch this item from this place and bring it back to me. That's fine. Escort NPC. I actually hate escorts, but I don't... Fuck, I don't really know how to answer this, because I love escorts sometimes. It's really fun to do an escort while doing other quests. I would never do any of these just by themselves, besides maybe number 1. Escorts can be the worst, but they can also be... Like, I'm thinking about the bear in Ashenvale, right? The white bear that you talk to and you escort out, and you have to loot those little troll charms and all that. It's fine. Do X thing, but you have a time limit. I hate those. Quest objective isn't fully explained and you need to figure it out. No. An enemy dropped a quest item that begins a new quest. That's... I don't like those much either. No. Craft an X number of things. Okay, worst. Yeah, I think that's fine. Crafting's kind of cool. No. I mean, I guess an enemy dropped... Yeah, Ashenvale has some cool dropped quests, but the issue with them, at least whenever I've quested with Viki, is like... Maybe if there's AoE loot. I don't know. It makes it really annoying questing with another person. That's my only thing I hate about it. Do you feel like the flow of quests in vanilla WoW leads you from zone to zone in a natural way? No. Absolutely not. 3. It does not lead you from zone to zone. Rested XP does, sure, but I think if I try and... I mean, put yourself in the shoes of someone who's never leveled in Classic. Absolutely fucking not. How do you feel about puzzle quests that are more complicated to complete than kill 10 boars? Two. A few here and there are fine, but just don't do it often. Skipped this one. Oh yeah, should there be more quest hubs within existing zones? Yes. I think so. Some zones, yes. Maybe, oh, here we go, 2. Maybe a few hubs in some of the more remote areas could help fill the world. Yes, okay, 2. Not 3, but 2. How do you feel about repeatable quests in general? Repeat turn-ins, I mean, it depends. Like, your daily PvP event is awesome. Reputation turn-ins, yeah. Yeah, these quests are great. I don't know if we need more. Depends on what the rewards are. Yeah, I don't know. Should there be daily or weekly world quests? I think world quests leaves like a bad taste because I think of retail. World quests are fine as long as they aren't a massive chore list every day / week. Just get players out into the world regularly, adding them. I personally think I'd like world quests. I think 3. World quests are fine as long as they aren't a massive chore list. Should every class get more class quests on top of their already existing ones? I don't like the idea of being locked out of quest lines. Remove these and simply make the rewards purchasable. Yes, but only unlock ability spells. Class quests are fun to expand upon. Yeah, I think they're awesome. Should attunements be account-wide? I mean, yeah, they should. Just anything to get rid of it. How would you feel if Classic Plus had prestige levels? Where you can level above 60 but gain no player power? I mean, sure, but you make it fun. I don't think that takes anything away. I could see, like, must be level 80 prestige. Only reason that's enticing is I just want longevity. It's like the biggest thing is longevity. It just adds to that, I guess. Isn't that what /plate is? Yeah, but it's like, it's one of those things where you can just look at someone and that might have like some prestige level you can check. So, I mean, I wish there was a sounds cool, but I want to see how it's implemented, right? What if Repeatable gave small bonus to professions, flypad speeds, and generally made it easier to do things on your account? I actually like that. Yeah, I like that. It's like a bonus, but it's also not. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. Again, how it's implemented. That's a reason to prestige. That's kind of cool. As long as it's not mount speed or anything that's going to affect actual PvP. Should there be heirloom type items that you could send to your alts for increased XP gains? No. Or no heirlooms. How would you feel if your alts got increasingly more XP the more max level characters you had? No. Should Classic Plus allow XP toggling for twinking? There is no saving twinking in Classic. You have to realize no one is going to queue low-level BGs. No one's going to do it except for twinks. So twinking, basically the 19 BGs will be entirely ran by 19 twinks, no matter what you do here. However, something I'd love to see, I think get rid of twinking or make it to where you have to lock your XP. Because I made like so many twinks back in the day, but the reality is you're not going to twink anymore. Like, you're not going to get BGs, but maybe like you can queue Warsong at 19 and you get PvP. Did anyone here play Epoch WoW? They made it to where you could essentially buy like a PvP helmet for 500 honor and at level 19, right? And then the level 29 PvP helmet costs 1,000 honor, or you could trade in your level 19 helmet and give 500 honor. So essentially, all the honor that you farmed at low levels kind of carried over, and it made the BGs pretty lively and fun. If you have Twinks in there, it ruins those BGs. It makes people not even want to do it, because what the fuck's the point? I love Twinking, but it just ruins it. No one wants to do BGs versus Twinks except other Twinks. And then it's the Twinks want to pub stomp. They want to one-shot people with no gear. It only worked back in the day because no one had an idea of what was going on. All right. Should Classic Plus allow XP toggling? I mean, what does it mean allow XP toggle? You shouldn't get matched up with... Twinking should be removed. Or if you twink, you can only go against other Twinks. So yes. Allow just is a weird word. Next. Holy fuck, this is huge. Raids? Oh. Should there be level up raids that give strong items but requires 10 plus players? Level up raid? Oh, raids while leveling. I don't think so, because I feel like there's just going to be people boosting, and then all of your low levels are all going to have epics. Maybe if they make it to where it's like higher levels can't enter. Like you can't be higher than level 31. But even then, I could totally see people twinking out level 30s and selling boosts. So what? I mean, everyone's going to have that gear. It's going to... Maybe that's good. Maybe that's exciting while leveling. Maybe, yeah, actually. I think it might add more than take away. Yeah, I think yes, you're right. How do you feel about catch-up raids? Catch-up raids are great for gearing alts. I think catch-up raids are fine. I mean, it depends on how many are in. I mean, I also... Catch-up raids just kind of ruin longevity. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care as long as the content's fun. That's a tough one. All right, how do you feel about raids or boss requiring resistances by classic... bosses requiring resistances? Ew. They're annoying. The entire system should be removed. It's awful. Fuck resistances. Should raids have multiple difficulty levels? No. I mean, fuck. They keep asking this in different variations. Like, it just depends on how it's done. If it promotes longevity, I'm good with it. I mean, like, you have to realize when... There's a reason why when we cleared Nax the other day, any of the gear that dropped that had Frost Resist on, and Frost Resist for DPS is required on SAF, pretty much. Unless you world buff fucking cheese it. Everyone was upset. No one is happy to see that gear. I think resistances are bad. Not a good mechanic. I guess Mark of the Wild, you can have some here and there, but you shouldn't have a boss that is entirely locked behind it. Wait, how would you want the difficulty of classic raids? Keep them as hard or easier? Is there anything in between SOD and classic? Weren't some SOD raids kind of, like, you should be able to pug these raids. I think a lot of players tend to quit playing as soon as the raids are, like, more difficult. I don't know. Good. You want everyone to quit? I guess I'd rather this. I mean, I kind of wanted to stay easy. Bob is Fury too. That's fine. He can be Fury if he wants to duel. Come trade. If there were different difficulties in raids, how would the loot differ? Cosmetically different, I guess. I keep saying this word, but it's just longevity. That's all I care about. I just don't want people to get bored as soon as they're done with a raid tier and it's over. And if you make... The gear is going to get too crazy if you have too many variations. Should cooldowns reset in raids after a wipe slash successful kill? No. In vanilla, I don't think so. I think a lot of the raids are easy, which is good because everyone can do it. And a lot of people like to speedrun it and get it done quickly. So I think planning out your CDs with the speedrunning is a thing. I mean, unless it's hard. I feel like it shouldn't be hard, though. Reset Lust. See, that's where you got to get in specifics. Sure, Lust, maybe. Maybe, like, cooldown should reset after a wipe, but not off a successful kill. Maybe? I just feel like classic rating's so different. How do you feel about world bosses? World bosses are annoying and incentivize players no lifing so they can scout a spawn. I've never really done world bosses. What is the actual, like, how does it actually play out? World bosses and the competition to get them are fun part of what makes classic great. I'd be disappointed to see them change. They spawn at a random time. Yeah, so you have to have some multiple autists sit in like the zone and just camp the spawn points and then let everyone know to show the fuck up. First people there. So it's just, you got to be a psychopath. Also, layers are going to be in the game. I don't know. I don't care. How would you want world bosses to look in classic? World bosses should be accessible to everyone. I like world bosses. I feel like the instance version didn't really capture the magic of them. You're not going to capture the magic of world bosses again. I don't really care. Type your answer. I'm not qualified to answer this IMO. How do you feel about limited time events like AQ Gate? Huh. I like these events and the narratives they create, but they shouldn't last longer than 10 hours or even a couple days so I have time to engage. Or they should last longer than 10 hours. Yeah, I mean, isn't the AQ event really, really long? Wasn't it a huge event that just took forever? 10 hours? Is that how fast it happens now? I just remember 2019, it was like days. I mean, make them last longer, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, people prep for it and just fucking insta clear it. How do you feel about quests that require you to enter multiple raids? Don't you dare change these quests. Like, fucking Thunder Fury should be an event. Atiesh? Yeah, you should have to go do that one really hard boss. Absolutely. How do you feel about bosses cycling week to week or mechanics changing over time? Some variety is fine. Yeah, I don't mind. Sure. How long should raid gear remain relevant? Only for the current raid. Replace most/all gear? No. I mean, every single raid should have a piece of gear that is relevant for a very long time. You should even have some pieces in each raid that are permabyss for some specs. That promotes people, if you're not going to have catch-up raids, right? Maybe not. MC shouldn't have, you know, 5 bis for the whole expansion. That's ridiculous. But Onslaught Girdle lasts all the way until the final raid. Like, that's awesome. Toe Up is fucking amazing. Things like that. QSR, right? Which, you know, even Band of Akuria, a lot of these things just last a long time. And that's really good and healthy for the game. Should the phase schedule in Classic Plus reorder the raid release schedule of Original Vanilla? No. Should add more after Nax? I mean, I feel like it should add in between and after. Not just after. But I'll put that for now. Should Classic Plus allow GDKPs? Ooh, that's a tough one. Honestly, I'm going to say... I would just say no. I don't... necessarily agree with the last part, but I think at the very beginning, it should not be in the game. Previous question should be option 1 if you want between. I guess 1, sure. All right, let me submit this so I can be done with that section. God. Holy fuck, this is a full-time job filling this out. This is absurd.